I want to ask you something specific, not a general question, a specific one. When was the last time you said something real in your marriage and actually felt heard, not tolerated, not responded to with 2 words, actually heard, where you could feel that your partner was with you inside what you were saying, not just waiting for it to be over? For some of you, that moment is recent. For many of you, if you're being honest, you can't find it. And here's what I want to go into today. Not what your partner should be doing differently, but what happened inside you. The moment you stopped, the moment you decided without deciding that certain things weren't worth saying anymore. Because I think that moment happened quietly, and most women have never examined it. It wasn't one conversation. It was probably 3 or 4 or 20 moments where you brought something real into the room and it either landed nowhere or it cost you something. A dismissal dressed as logic. A response that answered the surface of what you said and missed the whole thing underneath. A silence that told you more than any words would have. And after enough of those moments, something in you made a calculation. It was not a conscious decision. It was a survival move. If the reach isn't going to be met, stop reaching. If the real thing isn't going to be received, keep it somewhere safer. So you started editing. You started saying versions of the true thing, softer versions, shorter versions, the parts that felt least likely to land wrong. And slowly, without noticing, you started to disappear inside your own marriage. Here's what I need you to hear today. That is not a communication problem. That is a self-love problem. Because self-love, real self-love, not the kind on a coffee mug, includes believing that your inner life is worth saying out loud, that your words deserve to be in the room, that the truth of your experience is not something to be managed into something safer before you're allowed to share it. The woman who has been editing herself for years has not just lost her voice in the marriage. She has started to lose her own relationship with her voice. She no longer trusts that what she actually feels is something worth saying, not just to her partner, but to herself. That is the deeper cost, and it is the thing we are addressing today. Self-love this Wednesday is not about making your partner listen better. That is Sunday's work. Today, the work is this: asking yourself what you stopped saying and why, and whether that thing is still true, and whether you're willing to say it to yourself first before you decide whether to bring it to the marriage. You do not have to go back and pour everything out all at once. You do not have to make this week the week of the big conversation. The work today is smaller and more important than that. It is finding the one thing you've been carrying that you stopped saying. Saying it to yourself out loud or in writing or just in the full honesty of your own thinking. Letting yourself hear yourself say it, not to fix it, not to decide what to do with it, just to practice the experience of your own truth being spoken and witnessed, even if the only witness is you. Because a woman who knows how to hear herself is a woman who eventually teaches her marriage how to hear her. Not by demanding it, by modeling it, by bringing herself back into the room, one true thing at a time. I am Ron, Simplified Myers. On Sunday, we bring this into the marriage together. Come find me at simplifieduplifters.com. If what you just heard is landing somewhere real, the book that walks you through building that kind of trust from the ground up is linked right below. It's the $9 book that started all of this. And most important, remember, you are extraordinary.